Hello everyone, it's Semtex Gaming here. Today I'm going to talk to you about some tips and tricks on Mirage. I don't normally do videos like this, but I thought I'd give one a go. If you like it, leave a comment or a like and I'll do more on different maps. Before I start, I want to say something. If I miss any smokes or anything, it's because I'm playing at a different res and my crosshair should be in different places. Obviously, when I throw smokes on, when I'm playing on my normal res, I line my crosshair up, but my crosshair looks different on this res. And if you're wondering why I got no skins or anything, like on any of my guns, it's because I'm playing an offline mode on Steam. It's a long story. But first of all, we're going to talk about smokes on A. Everyone should know this, but the reason I'm doing this is because I was playing a global game earlier and people didn't know the stairs smoke, which is the easiest smoke to know. So we kept losing our smoke takes on A because we couldn't smoke stairs. First of all, the stairs smoke, you jump up on this ledge, line up with the middle of this sort of edge, and then aim in between these and then up, and then that'll smoke stairs. But there's the stairs smoke. Next of all, I'm going to talk to you about the CT smoke. Now there's a few different ways to smoke T as far as I'm aware. There's the two main ones. There's this one, which is the one I've just recently started to use because I haven't messed this one up yet, so let me just mess this one up. But yeah, you line up with the middle grate on this door, and then you see this line in bricks here. So there's the brick that you can see this leaf poking out from, and then there's the line above it, and then above that one, and then it's just above there on the brick line there, and then you jump through this, and then this should smoke CT off perfectly. If I mess it up again, then that's my bad.
I'm throwing smoke.
It's probably because, you know, that's a bit better. That still smoked off CT. That's not normally where it lands, but, you know, that's why I never used to throw that smoke, but, you know, I got it right in matchmaking earlier, so that'll be fine. Now there's the other CT smoke where you don't have to crouch, but I prefer to crouch because it's slower and easier to line up with this corner here, which is where you've got to line up with, and you've got to stand. This wooden pole thing that pokes out to the left of it, and then you hold shift, you walk a little bit and throw. Not much, you don't want to walk too much, otherwise it goes really deep. There's that one. Just smoke jungle. You see this line here, you want to line up with this, and then you see this brick line here, you want to go slightly to the left of it, aim up to just above the wall, and throw it. Should bounce off of stairs, off of the wall, and then two bounces on the floor. And then there's always normally a small gap this side, so if you throw it slightly higher, sometimes there isn't, sometimes there is. But, you know, it's pretty good like that. That'll do, especially if stairs are smoked. If anyone's holding this angle anyway, I've got a tip to help you kill that person if anyone's playing there. This is something that I didn't necessarily do it the same way that I'm about to teach you now, but obviously what you can do is if everything's smoked, if you push out from ramp, you can jump into the smoke. You could then pop a right click flash, that pops. Theoretically you want it to pop down in the smoke so they won't see it, and then you can run in and you can kill stairs and jungle. People seem to think that a Palace player has to push out of Palace, so as a Palace player I don't think that you should. Now there's two flashbangs you can throw mainly. These are my favourite flashbangs. So you line up with the crack in this wall. There's a crack in this wall here, and then there's another crack off of that, and then you aim to the left of that and throw. And then that's the first flashbang, but I don't recommend. That's not the flash I normally throw. I normally do the same flash. You line up in the same place, but then you throw a run with it, and then it misses the balcony and pops on the floor. I like this one more. You come right into this corner, and you can see this dark spot here where my crosshair is. You can't see it now because I've done that. Hang on, let me just get rid of that. Yeah, you can see this little sort of dark patch in the wall. You sort of want to aim there and then go into the corner and throw. And the reason I like this more is because this actually burns on top of here. So let's say as a mid player you want to play mid, and your Palace player's kept his smoke. So before he goes to Palace, he can throw this smoke where you jump on the trash can line right up in the corner. See this antenna? You aim at the bottom part in between that and the wire, and you throw your smoke. And then this smoke will land on short. It means you can cross to the middle boxes without being seen. I think, yeah, you can't get seen there. Sometimes there's a small gap and you can just about be seen, but you can't really be shot through it, so that's quite useful. And then if you've kept your smoke, you can line up here, far back, and then run through it, and then that will smoke off window. You can also do the same with a Molotov. Throw a Molotov there, that'll Molotov window. A smoke's better, it lasts longer. You can Molotov it, then smoke it if you want to push anyone out of the area. That's quite useful if you plan on boosting, because you can boost through the smoke in that case, and you'll know no one will be right side because they backed away from the Molotov. If you're taking mid control, instead of doing a straight A push, your underpass player can come over to here and throw this smoke, which will smoke off top connector, which is very useful, because then your underpass player or a mid player can clear off connector, and then you can push up short, because then you don't have to worry about one of the other things that's useful to do if you're trying to get mid control is to watch out from short. So if you've got two underpass players, they can throw one like this, which will land on short if you're pushing up connector, which blocks off short. So there are a few smokes you can do on B. I'm not perfect at these smokes, so I'll probably mess these ones up because I'm never the one to smoke on B. So these are not smokes that I'm familiar with or use often. But you line up to the right side, this big thick grate here on the door, and then you aim slightly to the right of this, and then you throw. And then if this is right, let me see. This might, yeah, I've got that one right. This smokes middle sight, and you can also smoke get right, left side get right by going to the left side of this bar, and then you aim from this corner of the wood up to the wire and throw. This should bounce off the skybox like that, and then land middle short like this. There's a one-way smoke that Trilux uses in one of his videos. I don't know if I can do it here to demonstrate, but if you throw a smoke in the gap, gotta be lower. Yeah, if you throw a smoke in the gap, you can actually see here. Obviously there are other smokes there, but jumping up here to get your pick before you're picking mid is useful, because if they pre-fire you or they've smoked it and they know where to aim in the smoke or something, you'll only get legged, chances are, which is useful because you don't want to die. You can, from window room, there's places you can jump into ladder room. Alright, so if you're retaking A, I recommend just waiting, playing really passive, like in connector, holding these angles, just waiting for a push into palace or something through one of these into jungle, sorry, into one of these smokes. If you're feeling really courageous, you can flash once and then flash again and then push into stairs. And so if you're retaking B from short, there's a smoke and a couple of flashes you can throw. First flash being you stand about here, so obviously you're not exposed from short, and you aim here and then you walk back and throw, and then that pops like in the middle because should blind everyone in bench and peek in sight. It'll also blind anyone here, or what, it should blind anyone holding the angle, but I'm not 100% sure. And then what you can also do is you can come over and then you can line yourself up with the wall. So you see this corner here is lined up with this wall, and then you want to aim to about this dark spot here, and then you want to jump throw, which should, yeah, smoke off short in this area here. Which I know what you're thinking, that's not useful, but it is, because it means you can peek these angles without worrying at all about this, and you can clear up and you can get right. And then you can peek truck, and then you can peek bench, and back side, and then you can come around and you can peek here. Make sure.